What if the secret to lifelong health didn't lie in medicine or luck, but in the first 90 seconds of your day? I'm 92 years old. I still drive. I haven't had so much as a cold in over 3 decades. That's not genetics. It's not magic. It's 5 daily habits quiet, simple things that rewire the way I age. And they might just do the same for you. Doctors told me years ago to slow down. They said aging would catch up eventually. But here I am, still moving, still sharp, and still thriving. Want to know why? Let's start with something that seems so small, it's almost ridiculous. Every morning, before I even get out of bed, I move. No, it's not yoga or stretching. I call it my morning signal, a message from me to my body. Today, we move, we breathe, we live. I've done it every single day since I turned 62. It takes less than 2 minutes, but it changed everything. Here's why: when we wake up, our bodies are stiff, our joints cold, and our blood thick. Your nervous system is still rubbing the sleep out of its eyes. Most people jump out of bed, grab their phone, and launch straight into stress. I do the opposite. I lie on my back and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Then I stretch my fingers, wiggle my toes, and gently rotate my wrists and ankles. That's it, 90 seconds. But in those 90 seconds, I'm sending a message to every part of me. Wake up. I need you today. Sounds too easy, right? But science backs it up. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults who practice gentle morning mobility experience better energy, balance, and mental clarity throughout the day. It's not about intense movement, it's about mindful movement. And it works. Back when I was 60, I didn't know this. I'd roll out of bed groggy, stiff, sometimes even stumbling to the bathroom. Once, I tripped over my own slippers because my feet weren't fully awake. That moment was a wake-up call, literally. Now, I don't skip it, not even once. I do it before coffee, before the news. It's become as natural as breathing. If I forget, my body lets me know. It's not the stretch that matters, it's the ritual. It's the consistency. The Mayo Clinic has found that low-intensity, regular movement in the morning lowers inflammation, supports joint health, and even helps regulate blood pressure in seniors. That's not a theory. That's peer-reviewed science. And here's the best part: you don't need a fancy equipment, no yoga mat, no workout clothes. You don't even need to leave your bed. You just need 90 seconds and a little respect for the body that's carried you this far. So let me ask you, when's the last time you said good morning to your body? Because aging doesn't hit us all at once. It happens in quiet, forgettable moments like the first few minutes after we wake up. But those moments, they're also where we can begin again. Now, once I've done my morning movement, I move on to something else, something that has kept my immune system strong for over 30 years. It's not a pill. It's not a supplement. It doesn't come in a fancy bottle or cost $50 online. It's a warm glass of water with lemon, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. Simple, yes. Powerful, absolutely. This is the very first thing I give my body every single morning. And the benefits go far beyond hydration. Lemon brings in a surge of vitamin C, a critical antioxidant that boosts immune response and supports white blood cells, our body's first line of defense. According to the Linus Pauling Institute, vitamin C doesn't just help prevent colds. It helps shorten their duration and reduce severity, especially for older adults. But it doesn't stop there. Lemon also stimulates bile production, helping the liver flush out toxins and support digestion. Ever notice how digestion slows down with age? One major cause is low stomach acid, and lemon helps with that too. Add turmeric, an anti-inflammatory powerhouse, and black pepper to help your body absorb it. And you've got a morning tonic that's helped me stay illness-free for decades. And that's just habit number 2. And that warm golden drink, it isn't just soothing, it's powerful. After sending my body a wake-up call through gentle movement, I follow it up with what I like to call my golden glass. It's a ritual, yes, but it's also a science-backed shield against inflammation, disease, and mental decline. And it starts with one humble root, turmeric. Turmeric, often tucked quietly in kitchen spice racks, holds within it one of nature's most remarkable compounds, curcumin. This isn't just folk wisdom. It's a powerhouse molecule, celebrated in hundreds of scientific studies for its potent anti-inflammatory effects. As we age, inflammation tends to rise silently in the background, increasing our risk for joint pain, heart disease, and cognitive problems. But curcumin, it has the power to turn that tide. One study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology showed that curcumin supplementation significantly improved immune response in older adults, while also reducing oxidative stress, the kind of wear and tear that slowly chips away at our vitality. But here's the part most people miss: curcumin doesn't work alone. You need black pepper, yes, the same black pepper you sprinkle on your dinner to activate it. Why? Because it contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the turmeric simply passes through your system unnoticed. But with it, the golden magic gets delivered straight to your cells. And it's so simple to make. It takes less than 5 minutes. Here's how I do it. I warm up a cup of water not hot enough to scald, just enough to feel comforting. I squeeze in the juice of half a lemon, add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and finish with a small pinch of black pepper. Stir it gently, sip slowly, let your body recognize it, receive it, respond. I've had this drink nearly every morning for over 30 years. Not because I saw it trending on the internet, not because some celebrity endorsed it. I do it because I felt the difference in my own body. Before I began this habit, I was no stranger to sinus infections 2 a year, like clockwork. Winters brought aching joints, mornings brought sluggish digestion, and by 10 a.m., I often felt foggy and flat. But just 2 weeks after starting my golden glass ritual, everything began to shift. I felt lighter after meals. My joints moved more freely. And a few months later, I realized something startling. I hadn't been sick in almost a year. That was 3 decades ago. I've kept it up ever since. Do I still encounter germs? Of course, but I no longer roll out a welcome mat for them. My body stays ready, alert, and resilient. This drink isn't a magic potion, it's a signal. Much like my movement ritual, it tells my body we're not waiting for illness. We're stepping into strength. You don't need an arsenal of pills or an expensive morning routine. You need small habits that say something powerful. I care about you. I'm paying attention. So tomorrow morning, before the toast pops or the coffee brews, pour yourself something golden. As you sip, recognize that this isn't just a drink, it's a promise, a daily decision that says, I choose health, not by accident, but by intention. Now, let me tell you about something else I do each day, something just as simple, just as powerful. I walk, not for fitness, not for steps. I walk for healing, rain or shine, warm or cold. I step outside and give my body 15 minutes of quiet, mindful movement. No headphones, no scrolling, just breath and footsteps. Many people dismiss walking as second best, as something you do when you're too old to run. But at 92, I know better. Walking isn't a fallback, it's a foundation. In my 60s, I jogged every morning, convinced that youth demanded sweat, Then I stumbled across a study that shifted my entire mindset. It said walking, not running, could reduce systemic inflammation, regulate blood sugar, boost memory, and even lower your risk of death by 39%. That was the moment I stopped chasing intensity and started honoring consistency. For me, walking isn't just about moving forward, it's about realigning. Each step reboots my joints, activates my lymphatic system, soothes my nervous system, and clears the mental fog. It's a reset button for body and brain. And here's the most important part. I do it every day, without fail. I don't go far. Sometimes it's just a walk around the block. But I never skip it, not because I'm disciplined, but because I've seen what happens when I do. Skip a day. My body tightens, my thoughts get cluttered, my energy dips. But when I walk, everything hums. My shoulders roll back, my knees stay limber, and my mood lifts like the sun rising behind the trees. And yes, science supports it again. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine showed that just 20 minutes of walking reduces C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation in older adults. Another from Stanford revealed that walking boosts creativity and mental clarity more than sitting ever could. So why do I walk? Because every step is medicine. And I'd rather take my medicine in the fresh air, beneath the sky, with the rhythm of life under my feet. After years of walking daily, I learned something surprising, not from a book or a doctor, but from a morning I'd rather forget. It was about 25 years ago. I skipped my walk. I told myself I'd make time later, but the hours slipped away. By evening, something felt off. Not sore, not tired, just old. My joints moved like they belonged to someone else. My lungs didn't stretch the way they usually did. For the first time in years, I felt like age had caught up with me. That's when I understood something deep. Walking isn't a routine, it's a prescription. Now, I treat every walk like medicine. I lace up shoes with good support, step outside, and begin slowly, no rush, no pressure. I focus on my breath, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Inhale the morning, exhale the stress. I let my arms swing gently to open up my posture and keep my shoulders loose. And here's something you might not expect. I smile. Not because I feel great, but because smiling makes me feel great. That small act isn't just about emotion. It's biology. Smiling activates the vagus nerve, a key player in your parasympathetic nervous system. It helps regulate heart rate, digestion, and inflammation. According to a study in psychosomatic medicine, smiling while moving doesn't just lift your spirits, it actually enhances the physical benefits of exercise. It's like doubling the dose of medicine, simply by turning up the corners of your mouth. So I walk, I smile, I breathe, 15 minutes, every day, no matter the weather, no matter how I slept, no matter what the news says. And that simple commitment has given me decades of strength. You don't need a gym membership, sunny skies, or endless motivation. Walking gives you those things. It awakens your muscles, clears your mind, and tells your body, we still have somewhere to go. If you've been feeling stuck, foggy, or worn down, don't wait for energy to find you. Put on your shoes, open your front door, and whisper to your body, let's begin again. Because motion is life, and life doesn't wait. And speaking of what fuels life, let's talk about something even more important than movement. Something I never, ever skip: protein. Not a pill, not a trendy powder, real protein from real food. When I turned 60, I thought I was eating well: salads, fruit, whole grains, the occasional multivitamin. But my body told a different story. My energy crashed by mid-morning. My muscles felt weak. I started forgetting names, misplacing things, and wondering, is this just aging? It wasn't. It was a lack of protein. My doctor explained something I'll never forget as we age. Our ability to absorb and use protein declines. That means we actually need more protein, not less, to maintain muscle, memory, immunity, and tissue repair. That one insight changed everything for me. I rebuilt my breakfast from the ground up. Gone were the toast and sugary cereal. In their place came what I now call my brain and body breakfast. One boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, a few fresh blueberries. That's over 25 grams of high-quality protein in one simple meal, plus healthy fats, anti-inflammatory compounds, and antioxidants that fuel both body and mind. And the impact, life-changing. My energy no longer dips mid-morning. I stay sharp during meetings, focused while driving, and calm during stressful appointments. My blood sugar stays stable, and I move through the day with the same clarity I had at 40. Why? Because I start my day with what matters most. Not a quick fix, but real fuel. Protein isn't just for athletes. It's for every cell in your body. It powers your immune system, helps your body repair itself, and keeps your brain firing on all cylinders. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 who consumed 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal had more muscle mass, fewer hospital visits, and even longer lifespans. Another study from Tufts University showed stronger immune responses to illness and vaccines in seniors with higher protein intake. But not all proteins are created equal. I focus on complete proteins, those that contain all 9 essential amino acids. Eggs, they're nearly perfect. Greek yogurt, a complete protein, rich in calcium and probiotics. Walnuts, while not complete, they're loaded with omega-3s to calm inflammation. Blueberries, they tie it all together with antioxidants that protect the brain. And no, it doesn't have to be the same every day. Some mornings I go for cottage cheese with flax seeds. Other days I enjoy a slice of grilled chicken on sprouted toast or even a warm lentil scramble. But one rule never changes: never skip protein at breakfast. Why? Because that meal sets the tone for everything else. It tells your body how to perform, how to heal, how to show up. You wouldn't try to drive across the country on an empty tank, so why expect your body to perform on fumes? A protein-rich breakfast isn't indulgence. It's strategy. It's self-respect. And no matter your age, no matter your past, it's something you can start tomorrow. Because your body doesn't care how old you are. It cares how you treat it today. After fueling the body, I turn inward because staying strong isn't just physical. It starts in the mind. Here's something no doctor ever told me, but life did. The mind gets sick before the body does. And if you want to stay truly young, not just mobile, but alive in every sense, you have to start there. So every morning, before I talk to anyone, before I check the news or even peek at the sky, I do what I call my mental tuning. It's not formal meditation. It's not therapy. It's just me, sitting still for 3 quiet minutes. I close my eyes and picture not what I have to do today, but how I want to feel. Not traffic, not bills, not errands. I imagine feeling steady, strong, calm, and clear. I see myself moving through my day, confidently driving with ease, speaking with clarity, smiling through the unexpected. I imagine peace, not perfection. And let me tell you, this tiny act, it's the most powerful part of my entire morning. You see, your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined moment and something that actually happens. That's not some feel-good poster quote, that's neuroscience, well. Researchers at Harvard and pioneers like Dr. Joe Dispenza have proven through brain scans that when you mentally rehearse something with focus, the same brain circuits fire as if you were living it. And over time, your nervous system begins to change. Your body starts to respond to peace as its default state, not stress. Why does that matter? Because chronic stress is the real killer. Not germs, not genes. It's stress that quietly elevates cortisol, damages brain cells, weakens your immune system, and steals your muscle mass. And for seniors, stress doesn't always look like panic. It shows up as confusion, exhaustion, or strange illnesses that come out of nowhere. But you can change that. You can train your body to wake up with calm instead of chaos. All it takes is 3 minutes of clear mental intention. I learned this the hard way through someone I cared about. A friend of mine, same age, same general health, was constantly wound up. News, money, politics. It all lived rent-free in his mind. He was always worried, always in a low-grade fight or flight state. Then one day, with no warning, he collapsed. A heart event. He survived, thankfully, but he was never quite the same afterward. Later, he asked me, "How come you never seem shaken? Don't you ever get anxious?" I looked at him and said, "Worry is a thief, and every morning I lock the door." That's the truth. Resilience isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. When you train your mind to be still, your body follows. Your blood pressure drops, your immune system wakes up, your memory sharpens, even your digestion improves. A 2016 study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that just 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal significantly reduced anxiety, improved attention, and strengthened immune response in adults over 65. The effects lasted weeks. So yes, I walk, I drink my turmeric tonic, I eat a protein-rich breakfast, but none of it would matter if my thoughts ran wild. Your thoughts shape your hormones, and your hormones shape your health. The best part, you don't need a yoga mat, candles, or chanting. You just need stillness and a little imagination. Sit, breathe, picture strength, picture laughter, picture yourself healthy, mobile, 92 years old and waving at life like an old friend instead of hiding from it. And the strangest thing, over time, it becomes real. You see, it was never about luck or some magic secret I kept tucked away. It was these 5 simple, deliberate choices done daily, not perfectly, but consistently. 5 small habits that quietly rewired my body and, in many ways, saved my life. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't need to be 92 to begin. You don't even need to be in good shape. You just need to begin. The morning movement that wakes you, the golden glass that protects you, the healing walk that centers you, the breakfast that builds you, the mind that leads it all forward. They may seem small, but small things done often move mountains. Health doesn't vanish in one moment. It slips away in the quiet choices we skip, but it comes back the same way, thought by thought, step by step, bite by bite. And if you're wondering, is it too late? Let me say this with all my heart, you're still here. You still can, and you're already on your way. But before we finish, there's something I haven't told you yet, one final piece I've saved until now. It's not something I do in the morning. It's what I do at night. It's simple. It's free. And science says it might just be the key to reversing aging itself. Let's talk about that next.